Aena airports, several U.S. airlines, dozens of companies in Australia, television stations such as Sky News, and many other systems are experiencing a global crash whose origin is in the CrowdStrike platform. It is called CrowdStrike, and everything points to it being the reason for the global crash that Microsoft is experiencing worldwide, and that is affecting hundreds of systems and therefore hundreds of companies around the world. Early this morning, from Australia, the authorities reported that dozens of companies were suffering a fall of their systems and that it was due to a problem in the global cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. Hours later, like a virus, hundreds of systems around the world began to crash. Aena airports in Spain, Repsol gas stations, Iberdrola, U.S. airlines, television channels such as Sky News, banks. The error appears in the form of a Windows blue screen of death, rendering the computer unusable. Initially, a normal restart of the computer should have restored the correct functioning of the entire infrastructure. However, after restarting the computer, the system goes into a loop of reboots, displaying the same screen over and over again with nothing that can be done. Sky News has not been able to transmit live television this morning and is currently telling viewers that we apologize for the interruption, the television station said on its social networks. In the case of Aena, there are hundreds of photographs of airports in Spain with monitors turned off due to the so-called blue screen of death, reminiscent of Y2K times. The Down Detector platform indicates problems in the services of Microsoft 365, Microsoft Store, Microsoft Azure, Banco Santander, CaixaBank, Unicaja, Movistar, Instagram, Spotify, and other large companies. What is happening, and what is CrowdStrike to cause this global crash? Computer security firm CrowdStrike has been broadcasting a recorded phone message for several hours now, reporting that it is aware of reports of bugs in Microsoft's Windows operating system related to its Falcon sensor. Thank you for contacting CrowdStrike support. CrowdStrike is aware of reports of Windows crashes related to the Falcon sensor, the message reads. In an explanatory note sent to various media outlets by CrowdStrike's Chief Systems Officer, Omer Grossman, the company notes that the problem is due to a software update to CrowdStrike's EDR product, products that record activities and events taking place on endpoints, any system with CrowdStrike software installed. A malfunction of this update leads to what has happened, the operating system failing. They cannot be updated remotely, and the problem must be resolved manually, period. This is expected to be a process that takes days, he said. The flaw would be in the update of the CrowdStrike program, a computer security service. This program is used in numerous companies in Spain and around the world as a tool designed to stop security breaches. It is an application used by operating systems such as Windows, Mac, or Linux, which is why all companies that work with Windows and have this application are suffering a generalized system crash. CrowdStrike is an agent-based sensor that can be installed on desktop computers or server platforms running Windows, Mac, or Linux operating systems. These platforms rely on a cloud-hosted SaaS, software as a service solution to manage policies, monitor reporting data, manage and respond to threats. This is the cloud-hosted cybersecurity platform that serves many Windows-based companies, almost all of which have gone down. The Texas company has no direct relationship with Microsoft, but it is the firm they rely on to protect them from cyber attacks and other digital security threats. A few minutes ago, both Microsoft and CrowdStrike, which are working to solve the problem by reverting the update that has generated the failure, have published an emergency bulletin with an action to mitigate this problem, and that involves an action by the IT departments of all those companies that use this security service and have been affected by this problem. In fact, CrowdStrike is trying to revert the update that caused this global crash. CrowdStrike and Microsoft teams are giving indications to companies working with their application on how to fix the crash in order to get back to normal as soon as possible. The procedure is manual and must be done on a user-by-user basis, which would take a long time to resolve in companies with many employees. System administrators, IT, are resorting to booting into safe mode and deleting specific system files, a very cumbersome process for cloud-hosted servers or laptops working remotely. The outage highlights the vulnerability of interconnected systems and the need for robust cybersecurity solutions.